The listening device placed by the USSR in the office of the U.S. ambassador remained undetected for 7 years. This Trojan horse gift from the USSR to the U.S. continues to intrigue people to this day. In 1945, U.S. and British leaders Franklin Roosevelt and Winston Churchill were invited to Yalta to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Arctic pioneer camp. However, the event was attended by their respective ambassadors. To show appreciation for the American anthem performed by the pioneers, they gifted the U.S. ambassador to the USSR, William Harriman, a wooden replica of the Great Seal of the United States. Unlike the Americans, the British ambassador did not receive such a gift. Stalin's interpreter Berezhkov whispered to the U.S. ambassador that the gift was made of valuable wood, suggesting that it be displayed prominently in the ambassador's office to provoke envy among the British. Despite thorough examinations by U.S. security services, no hidden devices were found, and the seal hung undisturbed on the wall of the ambassador's office for 7 years. During this time, every word spoken in the office, including discussions with Western allies, reached Stalin's desk before the U.S. president. This Trojan horse was one of the most mysterious and extraordinary listening devices in the history of international espionage. It had no power source or wires for connection. The device was activated by an external powerful signal, which ordinary people could not detect. It required no active electronic components and consumed no energy when inactive. The device only functioned during conversations. Soviet spies managed it from a building located 300 meters away from the U.S. Embassy. The device was invented by Lev Terman and Rear Admiral Axel Berg. Despite the replacement of 4 U.S. ambassadors and the refurbishment of the office, the seal's position on the wall remained unchanged. In 1951, a British military communicator monitoring Soviet aircraft near the British embassy close to the U.S. Embassy accidentally heard the voice of the British military attaché during a listening session. Suspecting some Soviet military experiment, they conducted investigations, but found nothing. However, strong signals continued to be received. A few months later, U.S. personnel also intercepted a signal and heard conversations from the ambassador's office. Despite extensive searches of the building, the source of the signal was not identified. A year later, during a refurbishment of the embassy, American intelligence agents planted false information to lure out the spies. When the signal was detected, one of the agents unexpectedly removed the wooden seal, smashed it, and discovered the hidden listening device inside. The device was secretly sent to Washington, but U.S. intelligence services could not understand how it worked. It was described as a fantastical invention for its time. This device revolutionized international espionage, introducing a new technological level. Western intelligence agencies tried to create similar devices but failed. The U.S. remained silent about the device for a long time. In May 1960, after a U.S. U-2 spy plane was shot down over the USSR and its pilot Gary Powers was captured, the USSR raised the issue of U.S. espionage at the UN. In response, the U.S. delegation displayed the gift from the USSR, proving that the Soviets were also engaged in espionage. The device is now stored at the Central Intelligence Agency Museum in Langley. According to one version, museum staff inspect the device weekly to ensure it is not still operational.